today on ABS TV. I'm glad you could join us on the show. It's time for us to go on a crisscross around the world of sports to check out what's happening in your hood and away from that. On the show today, we'll be looking at grassroots sports. Solution Football Club of Anambra State set to feature in match day 6 of the Nigerian National League against the Crown FC of Omomosho. We'll tell you about Rangers International. Yes, Rangers International. Some fans may not be happy to hear this. Rangers International are about to get back home. They will now be playing in the Cathedral and no longer at the Oka City Stadium, as the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium is ready for use, and Rangers may be in action against Shooting Stars in their next match. Also, we'll talk about league fixtures across Western Europe, and then we'll talk about sports, lawmaking in sports. I will have the right person in the house to talk about that on the sports show later in the interview segment. Well, let's begin with our first story. Our first story is from the Anambra State Sports Development Commission and also the Anambra State government. Let's tell you that the Anambra State government, under the leadership of Mr. Governor, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, has splashed over 25 million naira to Team Anambra athletes who won medals during the 21st edition of the National Sports Festival and the 7th edition of the National Youth Games. Both are held at the Stephen Keshi Stadium, Asaba Delta State. Chief Ernest Ezajugi, Chief of Staff to Anambra State government, while presenting the checks on Thursday, the 21st of December 2023, in a reception held at the Alex Ekwueme Square for the athletes who featured at both games, commended them for being worthy ambassadors of the state by their representation, conduct, and performance during their biennial sports festival and annual youth games. Ezajugi stated that the presence of a government has the interest of Anambra State youth at heart, with the One Youth at Two Skills initiative aimed at empowering the young ones to be creative, productive, and contribute their quota towards societal growth. He also stated that the government has also mainstreamed the sports economy as one another area of empowerment of Anambra youth. On his part, Patrick Estate Onyedum, chairman of the Anambra State Sports Development Commission, eulogized Governor Soludo for his immense support towards the growth of the sports sector. Onyedum affirmed that Governor Soludo is a lover of sports, as can be seen with his approvals and nod given to programs of the ASSDC. The gold medal winners at the 21st NSF each smiled home with a sum of 500,000 naira, with checks issued to 6 athletes: Juluchukwu Okabuo for Scrabble, Njideka Iyazi of Para Athletics, Covenant Isaac for Kung Fu, Obinna Ibedu for Kung Fu, Ujunwa Wanko for Karate, and Prince Anago Gadi for boxing. Checks of 300,000 naira were issued to 7 silver medal winners comprising of Njideka Iyazi 2 silver medals in para-athletics, Esther Ezeriola 4 para-athletics, Onyediko Kafo for taekwondo, John Uyiwe 2 silver medals in weightlifting with 300,000 naira each to the athletes who won silver in female team Akata, and also Kumite, that's where you talk about the combat sports of karate, 100,000 naira each went to the winners of the 24 bronze medals of the Anambra contingent to the games. Athletes who won gold medals for the state at the 7th National Youth Games held in September 2023 went home with a sum of 200,000 naira, as Lucy won 100 meters at Chibikem Oranye, Taekwondo, Favor Obiefuna, High Jump, Good Luck Njoko Karate were the recipients, while the duo of Ogechi Elechi and Chibikem Oranye, who featured in Team Punse for Taekwondo, Henry Etido and Onyebuchi Omenka, who featured in the male beach volleyball, and the quartet of Chigozie Wankwo, Lucy Wankwo, Adeze Eze, and Oluebube Eze Chukwu for the 4x100 meters relay, all got 300,000 naira cash rewards. Theo Jimo of gymnastics, Chima Ede chess, Victor Nwako who chess, Lucy Wankwo 200 meters, Chigozie Wankwo 100 meters, and the female rugby team all got 200,000 naira each, with 7 athletes who won individual bronze, and 2 team sports are going home with the consolation prize of 100,000 naira each. The coaches were not left out as a gold medal winning coaches at the 24th time NSF, such as Betel Odionye for Scrabble, Paul Okechukwu for Kung Fu, Godwin Okoro for Karate, Ebenezer Okoli for boxing, 500,000 naira richer, and others who athletes won silver and bronze medals, each got 100,000 naira. Gold medal winning coaches are the 7th NYG, such as Emel Dokoye, Johnny Iwoka, Dumnuel Okeke, Olusule, Bakam Alpha, Chikodi Ota, all from athletics, Jude Nwafo of Taekwondo, Godwin Okoro of Karate, Stella Oti, and Ijoma Ndode, both of beach volleyball, all went home with the sum of 200,000 naira each, as others whose athletes won silver and bronze medals settled for 100,000 naira each. Anambra State won a total of 39 medals at the 21st National Sports Festival, comprising of 6 gold, 9 silver, and 24 bronze medals, while the contingent to the 7th NYG won a total of 22 medals, comprising of 7 gold, 6 silver, and 9 bronze medals. And we'll say congratulations to these athletes and kudos to our governor, in person of His Excellency Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, for rewarding the athletes that featured that represented Anambra at the 21st edition of the National Sports Festival held in Delta State, and that was in December 2022 last year. And also that was also during the 4th quarter of the year when we had the National Youth Games in October, where our athletes did exceptionally well. Team Anambra finished in the 100 meters first and second. We know the story about Lucy Nwankwo and Chiamaka Nwankwo and the likes of Oluebube Ezechukwu in the 200 meters, and also not forgetting the likes of Favor in the high jump and all that. So kudos to them, and of course we anticipate that more will come in subsequent days. Moving away from that, let's talk about Anambra Club, Solution FC. Yes, Solution FC will on Saturday square up against Crown FC of Ogbomosho in the ongoing 2023-2024 Conference B of the Nigeria National League, the NNL. The Solution boys in their last outing narrowly lost to Ijebu United FC, and that was a match day 5, and will be willing to bounce back against an experienced team like Crown FC. Solution FC have thus far won 2 matches at home with a 100% record, as they are yet to concede at the Oka City Stadium. The Solution boys are led by Coach Uche Okabue, will look to have Solomon Ubong and Chinedu Ozobiala back to the set-up for their crucial cracker to wind off the year. So the last match for the year for them is against Crown FC, and it will be happening tomorrow by 3 p.m. at the Oka City Stadium. Ensure that you are there as to support Solution FC to victory against the Crown FC of Ogbomosho. Well, still on Solution FC, let's tell you that the Executive Governor of Anambra State, His Excellency Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, has doled out a Christmas package to players and officials of Anambra State Club Solution FC. The Christmas package is in the form of 50 kg bags of rice each to officials and players of the Nigerian National League, the NNL side. The package was handed out to the players and officials on Tuesday, 19th of December 2023 at the conference room of the Anambra State Sports Development Commission under the supervision of the ASSSDC chairman Patrick Estate Onyedum. Addressing the players on behalf of the governor, Mr. Onyedum stated that the package to the players and officials of the club is part of the welfare by the state government under Governor Soludo to motivate them in their NNL adventure towards finishing on a high note and possibly earning promotion to the top-tier Nigeria Premier Football League next season. Also speaking, the member representing Nnewi North constituency and chairman House Committee on Sports at Anambra State House of Assembly, Honorable Augustine Ike, commended the players and officials for their effort and results recorded thus far in the NNL. The lawmaker affirmed that as part of the oversight function, he can make a case to put Solution FC in social status in law with a specific law addressing Solution FC matters, as well as increasing the budgetary allocation of the team. But all that could be achieved with good results by the team, he said. Honorable Ike informed that he will from now follow both training sessions and match proceedings of the club in the NNL, while urging the players and officials to enhance the team's outlook at performance while starting with the game against Crown FC of Ogbomosho in match day 6 this weekend. In a vote of thanks, the team manager Augustine Okoye Amakom thanked Governor Soludo for his support and motivation for the club. He also thanked Honorable Onyedum for ensuring a smooth and seamless operation administration-wise in various aspects of the club management, while also thanking the Chairman House Committee on Sports for his interest in the affairs of the club. He stated that the technical crew led by Coach Uche Okabue will work assiduously in enhancing the performance and outlook of Solution FC. Solution FC, which came into existence in the top quarter of 2023 year, is currently playing in the Conference B of the ongoing 2023-2024 Nigeria National League. And now let's talk about our Rangers International before we go to our interview segment. Rangers International have been granted approval to return to the home ground, their home ground of the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu. The former champions have been playing their home matches in the Nigeria Premier Football League at the Awka City Stadium, Awka, Anambra State, since the stadium in Enugu was declared unfit for MPFL matches in the 2022-2023 season. The former champions have been playing their home fixtures in Awka and are now set to be back home. The club has subsequently embarked on extensive rehabilitation of the ground, covering regrassing of the turf, modernization of the dressing rooms and the spectator stands, and now they are set to go back home for their matches. They will now play at the Cathedral. That's the story coming through about Rangers International. We miss Rangers International playing at the Awka City Stadium, but hey, as Rangers are going back home, we'll have our own club, Solution FC, so you can follow up on Solution FC and the actions you want. And now time for us to talk about sports and legislation and sports law, sports policies, administration and management. Joining me in the house this morning to talk about sports, I have the House Committee Chairman on Sports at the Anambra State House of Assembly. Is also the member representing Nnewi North constituency at the Anambra State House of Assembly. Joining me this morning, I have Honorable Augustine Ike. He joins me on the show this morning. Honorable, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on Sports Today.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the show, and I like your outfit.
Thank you very much.
Definitely white is part of the Christmas colors. I know about green and also red.
Well, I ordinarily go on white. I go on white. I have my reasons. And of course, you didn't see my FC card.
Okay, Solution Football Club, just seeing it right now. Wow, the support starts immediately, and for you, you already are showing that support. Well, let's start on this delightful note. 7 months on the saddle as the Chairman House Committee on Sports. How has it been for you at the Anambra State House of Assembly?
Well, you see, well, I remember Honorable Augustine Onyeka Chukwuike. Okay. The Chairman House Committee on Youth Development and Sports. Okay. It was during my tenure as the Chairman House Committee on Youth Development and Sports that the Solution FC was founded. Okay, and we are very proud of the governor because there is a system we are running now. Each government has its own system. Yes. But what the current administration is running now is what is called disruptive change. Okay? We want to introduce change in a very unique way. So we want to introduce change as a disruptive change. So the issue now is that one of these disruptive changes is Anambra FC and Solution FC. The Solution FC is the first of its kind. Yes. In Anambra State, okay? With this time, a government coming out to bring out money to invest in sports development because it's disruptive change in so many ways. One, in the first place, we provide a life and employment for different set of people. A life and an employment for different set of people. Then we also provide a platform for development of people who ordinarily may not have the opportunity because the problem we have in Nigeria is the problem of proper platform. Okay, that is why each time I anchored 2 ministries, youth development and sports. Yeah. Okay, so each time they talk about youth development, I'm always very specific. You know, I'm always against any statement that is not pro-youth. When you say youths are lazy, I said no. It is the government sometimes that is lazy. Because there is something that is happening in this country that we have not discovered and we are doling out palliative. Look at what is happening in this country. This country has a currency called Naira that is not in use in the national level. we use dollar to purchase things. Okay, we transact in dollar, then we mint naira to pay people working. You know, we mint naira to pay people working. When you transact in dollar and you pay me in naira, you impoverish me. Example, if you are paying 40,000 naira, having employed and pay you 40,000 some years back, okay, when dollar was 200 naira, I'm practically paying you $200. Okay, today, if you are still paying me 40,000, it's supposed to be $200, and $200 today is 180,000 naira. Okay, so when these youth look at these things, they get frustrated because the system is not working. You cannot be transacting in dollar and paying me in naira. You have to also create a platform to start paying Nigerians in dollar or the dollar equivalent. So what I'm saying is that what the government is doing is that we are collecting our youth together to introduce them into the proper platform, and sports is one of them. So we are solely behind the governor for introducing sports, because sports is going to develop our youth properly and introduce them to the right environment. So we are working hard on supporting the sport and supporting the governor to make sure that this dream is actualized. Of course, we are starting with NNL. We are going to go up. Definitely. We are going to take control of this country. So anybody that wants to play good football should come to Solution FC.
Okay, now let me ask you this. I have to model two questions into one as you mainstream the economics now already into sport. How would you rate at the level of sports development in the state, and also how did you see the performance of our team Anambra at the National Youth Games? You were already a member of the house when this happened.
Yes. You see, this is like we are doing specimen, is that? Introductory, we are doing experiment. It is experimental. You know, so when you want to rate our performance, you also rate it that this is the first time Anambra government is fully coming to finance sports. Okay, now, these people that went, our contingents now are getting a lot of things. I was a contingent. I did 100 meters hurdle. Wow. Very, very well. Okay. In fact, when I was in SS3, I was the fastest. You know, I remember coming back home and I just got a certificate. It's at home till today. Wow. And it's just that certificate I got. There is no any reinforcement. Okay, so the new dimension we have now is that the Anambra state government is reinforcing sports by putting certain stipends to it to encourage these people, because when we encourage them, we are going to do better. But so far, we are doing, for beginners, we begin at a very good note. As I said, we have begun at a very good note, and we are getting to the top.
Now, having said this, what are some of the bills and motions you sponsored on the floor of the house regarding helping sports to grow in Anambra State, and maybe those you may have in the pipeline?
Okay. As I said earlier, the day I was sworn in, the day I was announced as the chairman, Youth Development and Sports, I said that we are going into new dimension in sports. That what we want to do to sports, we want to put an extra angle to sports. As you said, I'm going economics and sports. Yes, we are also going to introduce economic angle to sports. We are going to groom sports in Anambra State and export it. Okay, we are going to export sports. We are going to export football. Football will be exported from Anambra to the world. Okay, it's going to have two dimensions. It's multi-dimensional effect. One, we are going to, new families are going to get new means of livelihood. Then the sports economy back home here will be boosted. Okay, people, the awareness will be high. People will be more interested in participating in sports here. Okay, so one thing is that we are prioritizing sports, and then in this current budget, we did a lot of things. You know, people think legislation is about coming to move motions and not. Yeah, we move motions when it's necessary. Okay, just yesterday, my motion came up on notice. What is the motion simply saying? That while doing recruitment in Anambra, disabled or physically challenged people, those with albinism, should be given quota, outright quota. We know that, that while each recruitment we are doing, that 3% goes to these people. Okay, let's accommodate them provided they are qualified. Okay, motions coming when it becomes absolutely necessary. But when it's not absolutely necessary, you lobby. Okay, what do? We lobby. We will mount pressure on the necessary institution. We mount pressure on the governor. We convince him of the need to do this, do that. But what we need is to get results. And what I want to assure the Anambra is that within these 4 years, they will be marveled at the results we are going to produce both in youth development and sports.
Okay, now let's talk about the cap you're putting on, Solution Football Club. And during, on Tuesday, we are there when Governor Soludo, through the Anambra State Sports Development Commission chairman, presented Christmas package to the players. And there were some statements you made that we're going to accentuate this club. Let's talk about Solution FC and what you plan to do for them for now and in the nearest future.
Well, Solution FC is our baby. It's the baby of every Anambra sports lover. Yeah. Okay, we need to show them love even beyond government engagement. You know, private individuals must come and participate in developing Solution FC. We must see it as our own baby. It's not a, you know, sometimes there's that idea when they say government, you say governor. Governor is not government. Governor is part of government. I'm part of government as a legislator. Yeah. The judiciary is part of government. It's basic government. Then any other person that elected us that can vote and be voted for is part of government. That's why I told them that my participation now is going to be more proactive. Tomorrow we'll be in the stadium. We're going to watch the match. We'll cancel everything, go and watch the match, watch their training. Sometimes reinforcement and punishment, that's how it works. When they see people that will energize them and tip them up, there is more likelihood that they will play better. Yeah. So we are telling the Anambra each time Solution FC have football, especially in Anambra, on Yoka City Stadium here. Let's troop in and support them. Let's cheer them up. Let's make each of the players celebrity in our simple social media page. Oh, this guy plays 7 very well. You upload him and tag him. That's the only way we move from Anambra to the world. Okay? We use our platform to project our own. So Solution FC is our baby, and that baby is a baby of Anambra State, and it belongs to all Anambrarians. It is time for us to give them a boost. In the House, I will have the Chairman House Committee on Youth Development and Sports, and also the member representing Nnewi North constituency at the Anambra State House of Assembly, talking about Honorable Augustine Ike. We're talking about sports on Sports Splash on ABS TV. Now, do you have a program for your fellow lawmakers as regards, because some of them we know they are heavy and they need to unwind and they need to equally be sporty in nature, and as a someone who's saddled with the responsibility for sports in the house, what have you done in that regard, sir? Well, of course we have enough program. One thing is that we have introduced most of them to we have inspired them. Like me, I go to sports every morning. I go to exercise. I've done exercise this morning. You know, it is, people will get big when they don't burn down in the morning. It's good that when you wake up in the morning, you get your heart working. Yeah. You pump it by little exercise. Then as a group, of course, you are going to see a lot of matches from January. We are going to engage, and they are big, but they are flexible. We are going to engage. We are going to play matches. We are going to write, visit. In fact, there was one we were supposed to play. I cancelled it because it's going to have a political undertone, because the election is about to hold in the state, in Imo State. Yeah. I said, no, you should go and do your election. We are going to play match, but it's not going to be politically motivated. Yeah. So you are going to see a lot of football matches and a lot of indoor games. You know, when they say sports, it's not just football. Yeah. A lot of table tennis, a lot of this. So watch out for, this is a very vibrant assembly. The 8th assembly is very vibrant. Most of us are young. You know, I'm not up to 40. I'm not up to 40. So most of us are very young. Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, now let's also, before we jet, the Deputy Speaker of the House has sponsored your Busy Unity Cup for 8 years. That's talking about Right Honorable Chukwuma Okoye. What's your word of encouragement to him?
Well, Right Honorable Chukwuma Okoye, he's called Ozompulobi. Yes, he's a very unique legislator. You know, when you come to House of Assembly, you now see the issue of ranking and not ranking, like the senior members of the House. You know, sometimes I see him as very organized. He's one of the most organized of them all. You know, he's a very vision-driven young man, and he is serious-minded. So we are going to see more of him. In fact, yesterday I passed him, I tipped him up. I said, I'm going to expand this your football thing, to even include both genders. You know, because we have to start thinking of growing female football. And one of the ways to develop female football is that when we are organizing some of these tournaments, we make it also, we have the Falcons. I think we call Falcons. Yes, all those things we have to start. We have to start introducing them into what we do, because sometimes football at local level has been stereotyped to mean men coming to dig it out. you know. But sometimes when you introduce female to you, when you go to gym these days, a woman will carry a weight that you will not even near it. There's one that carried one this morning. I just looked at her and I picked my things and I left, you know. So women also must be incorporated because they do better, and the female football in the world is developing. We have to develop that of Anambra too.
Just finally, in 15 seconds, your message to sports administrators, sports aficionados, and sports followers as regards to sports development in the state.
Well, when you talk about sports, you talk about theme, okay? I advise them, we have to do a teamwork. It has to be a theme. It has to be a collective responsibility, okay. Whether you are NFF, you are FA, you are Chairman, Sports Development Commission, you are referee, you are that. We have to be a theme. There must be that synergy, okay, for us to move forward. It is a theme. Sports team is a theme, yeah. Okay? We need a team, and we are going to work in getting a theme.
All right, I'm Honorable Augustine Onyeka Ike, Chairman House Committee on Youth Development and Sports, and also the member representing Nnewi North constituency at the Anambra State House of Assembly. I would like to thank you so much for being here on Sports Splash on a very short notice.
Thank you very much.
And we wish you all the best. You will come again.
Thank
you very much for being
available
here. And thank you for supporting Solution Football Club.
Thank you very
That's
much.
the show for the morning Sports Splash on ABS TV. Thanks a lot for being part of the show. But remember to be at the Awka City Stadium tomorrow, 3 p.m. Solution FC taking on Crown FC Ogbomosho. You must be there to see that game. That's the show for sports this week. Thanks a lot for being here from Monday to Friday talking sports. The show will take a break and return on Monday with another episode. My name is Ike Nwokedi. Have a lovely weekend, but remember to keep sporting. Bye-bye now.